Okay, so good afternoon, welcome to Brighton Outdoor Fitness, and we're doing our BOGA, Buff Yoga. So it's our version of mobility, stretch and strength moves. It's a mixed mash of everything. Just pinch loads of different ideas from lots of different things and put them into our own little routine. So we've got about 9 moves we go through, 7 moves we go through. We hold them for about a minute and we rest for 20 seconds. But as always, we need to start off with our warm-up. Obviously I'm down on the Hove seafront, just above the lagoon. I was going to go to the beach, but the tide's really high, so it's mega busy. It's lovely and sunny, loads of distractions. Couldn't have picked a noisier place, I don't think. There's building work over there, mega busy road, loads of people walking by. But it's nothing different from our normal classes, is it? So here we go with our warm-up. So remember, jumping jacks first. You don't have to go mental on this warm-up, because obviously it's more of a strength and stretch mobility sort of session. And we're already warm if you're outside, probably inside as well. So nice and easy on the jumping jacks. As always, our progressive warm-up. As always, if you're one of our members, just get stuck into this. If you're not one of our regular members, okay, change to heel flicks. You do this at your own risk, but enjoy it, get as much out of it as you can. Some of the moves are quite difficult, as in strength-wise, and I'll give you some alternatives to do these. Some are quite simple and really help stretch out. We concentrate on stretching out a lot through the hip flexors and the hips, which are normally quite difficult to do. There are only brief stretches though, so we kind of keep it moving. Okay, into heel knee raises. Then excuse the vest again, but it's redders. In fact, it's that hot, I've already soaked this. So knees up, just about halfway. Then we're going to go into our reverse lunge of reach, which is also one of our moves in this session. Spotted my blue mats as well, even brought some down. Here we go, reverse lunge, reach up and backwards. So when we are stepping back, pushing this hand backwards and up, not over the top. Go backwards, up. Push the hips through, keep that knee off the floor, big reach up. Big stretch up through the hip flexors, all down is one side, same arm, same leg. Next, squat and twist. So push the hands out, squat to both sides, twist. Big deep squat, keep the chest up. Head follows the hands round. Try and keep the hips facing forwards, so you are actually putting some rotation through your upper body and not just turning your hips. So twist through the upper body, not just from the hips. Next one, into our press up position, step and reach. Remember to do a press up. So step, reach, change sides, and do a press up. Step, reach, step, reach, press up. And back into our jumpy jacks. Just speed them up a little bit. As with every single session we do, it's always slightly different. So there's a couple of new moves in here. So it's not always exactly the same. It's good for us, it's good for you, keeps us thinking. It just means we're doing slightly different things each time, which is very good for your body. You might not think so sometimes. In fact, we might not think so sometimes. Well, some are flipping hard, but this isn't so hard today. It's not like one of those horrendous cardio hit sessions. So 3/4 of the way up to the knees, heels. Knee raises are next. Good, and knees up. Struggling to hear those beeps. knees up nice, 3/4 of the way up. Then you're going to go forward lunge, twist over your front legs. If you step forward on the left foot, twist to the left hand side. Here we go, change. So step, twist, step, twist. Twist over that front foot. Again, introducing that upper body rotation. Put the timer back so you can actually hear it. So step, twist, back to the middle, then stand up and back. Step, twist, up and back. One good thing about being on a promenade, there's a lovely breeze up here. Okay, this time wide leg stance, squat, and reach over the top this time. Big deep squat, waking up those glutes, those hamstrings, big reach. I'm loving these mobile sessions. I'm trying to pick a slightly different spot each time. Use different parts of the beach. But Jason's used Hove Park, East Hill Park. I'm going to do on Devil's Dyke and on Walsmere Hill. Okay, into our press up position, stretch out through the abs and through the back of the legs. Press up. So abs, legs, press up. Stretch out through the back of the legs again. In, press up. So you can see there's two different ways of doing this depending on your strength and mobility. And back into jumping jacks, one more time. Nice and quick this time. Let's go push, push. 3 to the top, 3 to the front. Remember to pull the elbows back, down. Good. Back to heel flicks, all the way up this time. Really stretching out those quads. Lean forward slightly. Heels all the way up. Then my next into knee raises, nice and high with the knees. Here we go. So knees up nice and high. 3 more moves and we're into our session. Hope you've got plenty of water. Here we go, so our leg swings and change. So swing the legs to the front. And then we're going to go to our arm circles and chest stretch. And circle the arms forwards. Circle the arms forwards and backwards. And stretch out the chest. The last thing to do is go to our walkouts into a press up. Let's go. Walking out into a press up, stiff legs, and walk back. Reach up. And that's us ready to go. Okay, so we've got 7 moves. Okay, listen to my voice because I can't hear the beeps on here because of all the noise. I think I prefer the bird song in the garden now. Okay, so we've got 7 moves. We do them all for 1 minute, rest for 20 seconds, and then move on to the next one. That 20 seconds just gives you a little bit of a breather and allows me to quickly explain what we're going to do. Now, I prefer this to do without any shoes on. Just tend to feel the floor better, especially when you do squats and lunges. Okay, so our first move is into our press-up position, step and reach, just like we do in a warm-up. But all you're going to do is when you step, push the hips into the floor, breathe out, reach up, look at the hand, breathe out. So you're just taking your time through the moves this time, it's just slowing it down. Okay, so 1 minute in the press-up position first. Let's go. So step, push the hips into the floor, look up, breathe. Switch hands, optional press-up. Step, breathe, reach, and again it's that press up position, or do a press up, step, breathe, reach, and change. Now you're pushing the hips into the floor first, then reaching up. So 30 seconds to go, push the hips in the floor, breathe, reach, breathe. Reach and change. And rest on. Okay, so our next one is our lunge and reach. So as we do in a warm-up, just step backwards, reach up. You can reach up with both hands. Okay, if you want more of a stretch, put the knee down. If you want more work, keep this knee up. Here we go. So step back, reach, breathe twice. And up. So 2 breaths on this one at the bottom. It's a really good stretch. Really important we stretch out these hip flexors. Great big tendons, so important to fitness and exercise. Reach. 30 seconds to go. Remember, take your time through the moves. Reach, breathe, breathe again, then change. Reach, and rest. Okay, our next one, we're going to do a groin stretch as we do half a walkout. There's a mat failure, chewing gum. Okay, so we start in a press-up position, walk the hands back, push the knees apart with the hands, then walk back out. Let's go. So start in a press-up position, walk the hands back, plant the feet, 1, 2, walk forwards. Again, optional press up, or just walk straight back. Here. So you're trying to push the knees apart, good stretch through the groin. Here, up tall, look ahead, walking out. If you can, remember, change the hand you move first. So you're not overloading one side, because obviously that first hand you move is taking all the force through the shoulders. I can actually hear the C this time. That's good, push those knees apart. And rest. Okay, this next one we do a wide leg stance. This time we're going to stretch out through the hamstrings, reach up with the hands, do a squat. It's one of my favourites. So feet nice and wide. Going to reach down, stretch out, breathe, drop down, reach and breathe. So stretch, drop the backside, reach. So 3 deliberate positions. 1, stretching out through the hamstrings. 2, dropping right down. 3, coming out in this squat. So stretch, breathe, drop, reach, breathe out as you push up through the legs. Stretch, drop, reach. Good work. Drop, reach, breathe out. Stretch, drop, reach, and rest. Good work. Okay, so next one we're going to this hip stretch. Again, really important. So it's quite difficult to stretch this. So all we're doing is in a press up position, kicking the leg out and then lowering the body down on top of your hips. Use your own body weight to stretch out through the side and outer hips. Okay, so in the press up position we're going to start. Let's go. So step, lower, big stretch through there. You can, we don't have to do a press up. Just be careful where you put your leg. There should be no stress in your knee. All the stress should be in your hips. Up. Good to breathe twice on this one. Big stretch, good. Okay, so my best position is knee up and bend, not straight out. Puts way too much stress through my knees. So just play around with your foot placement, knee placement, till you get the right position, so you get a maximum stretch here, no stress here. 2 breaths. Up. Then we do press ups in between, it gives it kind of a bit of a rhythm. And down again. 1, 2. And rest. Okay, 2 more to do before we do it all again. So if you found any of them tricky, don't worry, we're going to do it twice more again after this. Okay, this time, side on, we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So you start off, foot forward, stretch, up, and reach. And then literally just change sides. Hamstring stretch, up, and reach. So all you're doing is breathe at the bottom, so here. And the top. Big reach up. Same on the other side. So half a step forward, front leg locked out, hands back. Big reach up, so you're stretching out through your abs. Stretch the hamstrings up nice and high. So front foot should be flat all the way through this stretch. And then the rear heel comes up on that stretch. Big reach. Stretch. Reach. Stretch. Reach. Don't worry if you find this one a little bit awkward, just getting your feet in position. It does take a little bit of time. So if there's anything new, any new moves, and rest. Okay, and this one is our new one for today. So you're going to be from the press up position, and then you walk into a position called the beast. Okay, so holding this position here, you do a press up, foot in, foot out. Just breathe, press up, other foot. Okay, press up. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yep. So bring the foot in. Same foot out, out, press up. Other foot in, out. Step, step, breathe. Back, back, breathe. Or do a press up. Other foot, in, breathe, step, step, press up. Step, 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 step. Okay, you don't need to do the press up. You just hold that plank position. Good, and one more. And rest there. Good work, guys, good work. So that's one full set down. And now we'll go through them again. Should be a little bit more familiar with them. It should be easier. Not easier, but easier to do. Hi Sonia again, good to see you this morning. Hi Janice, Freddie. Okay, so we go through that whole routine again. So remember, the first one is in that prone position. Step with the foot, push the hips into the floor, reach with the hand. If you want to, do a press up in between, but that's not that important. Okay, it's all about the stretch and the mobility. So here we go, in the press up position, step and reach. Let's go. So remember, step, push the hips into the floor, breathe, reach up, breathe. Remember, big reaches, big steps. Try to get his foot right up in front of your hand or up in line with your hand. Big breath out, in. Again, optional press up. You don't need to do the press up unless you want to make this more of a, just add in a bit of strength. It kind of adds a bit of a rhythm to it. Good, so remember, step, push the hips in, breathe, then reach, breathe. It's 2 moves. Step, reach, and change. And rest. Okay, next one, lunge and reach. So remember, the important bit on this one, depends if you want to make it more of a hip flexor stretch or a bit of both. So knee down to make it more of a stretch, hover the knee to put more workload through the legs as you're doing it at the same time. Here we go, so reverse lunge, reach up, 2 breaths, switch sides. So if you put your knee down, push your hips through further, reach up higher, you should get bigger stretch through this hip flexor. You can still do it with the knee up, you're just doing more of an isometric hold while you're doing the stretch. That's good, taking your time. Looking ahead, keeping the chest up, stay tall. That's good work. Step. Push those hips through, really feel it stretch through the hip flexors. And rest. Okay, so this time we're going into our half walkout and into that groin stretch. Okay, so you're going to start in this position, push the knees apart, breathe twice, walk forwards, optional press up, and come back. Push the knees apart, feel the stretch through the groin. Okay, let's go. So down, 1, 2, walk out, back. If you're not doing a press up, just pause in that press up position. So you're working through the core, pause, and back. So when you go out to that full press up position, just squeeze your abs, engage your abs, and then walk back. 2 breaths. Really stretching down through here, through your groin. And back again. Push the knees apart, breathe twice. Keep the chest up, look ahead. Rest there. Okay, the next one's quite similar to that, so just while we're going through this, I'm going to swap it. So we're going to do that hamstring stretch and reach rather than that wide squat, drop and reach, okay? Just the many things we go along, it just seems a little bit better to do it so you're not doing the same similar thing twice. So remember this one, hamstring stretch, breathe, reach, breathe. Hamstring stretch, reach, breathe. Other side. Stretch, breathe, reach, breathe. When you reach up, really push the hips through. Feel that ab stretch. Remember, the front foot stays on the floor throughout the move. It's only now the heel comes up to help you stretch further, but keep forcing the front foot into the floor. Stretch, legs, stretch, abs as high as you can. Big reach. Stretch, reach, and rest. Okay, so we're going back to the next one, which is our press up position, kicking the leg out to the side to get that really good stretch through the hips. Remember, just play around where you put your knee and your foot so you get it in the right position for you. So side kick from the press up position. Let's go, so step out, lower. Big stretch with it on the outside of the hip. That's good. So me not stepping too far actually gives me a better stretch. So try not to step out too far, just again, it's just messing around, trial and error. See what your flexibility is like. And also what your upper body can hold up. 2 breaths. That one hit the spot. Oh, it's my press up. And notice you'll always find, whatever stretch you do, one side you feel it more than the other. Very normal. So if you're right-handed, you tend to be right side dominant, right side more muscular, less flexible. Okay, now we're going into the one we jumped. So a wide leg stance. Remember, stretch, drop, reach. Top. Beautiful. Okay, let's go. So nice wide stance, stretch, breathe, drop, breathe, reach, breathe. So stretch, drop. Try to get the backside as low to the floor as you can. Reach, drive up through the heels, working those thighs. Breathe at each move. All under control. Always under control. Drop. Again, drop down. Breathe out, look ahead, reach up, breathe, stretch, drop, reach, and breathe, and again, and rest there. Good work, guys. And our last one, in that press up position, walking feet into the beast position. Okay, pinch this from that animal flow stuff, or a version of it. I think there's loads of versions of it, isn't there? So hold the press up position. Optional press up, right foot in, left foot in. Breathe out, 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 breathe out, or do a press up, then opposite leg. So both out, breathe out, or press up, then both legs in, and out. So good core, strength and upper body move as you're holding all your body weight, 3/4 of your body weight. Both feet in, breathe, out, press up or breathe. In, out, out. Bosh. Don't have to bring the feet in too far, I can always just do it then. So the legs are bent to 90 degrees. Step, 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 step. Breathe or press up. And rest. Hoofing work, folks. 2 down, 1 to go. I'm going to do the whole lot again and again in that order. So I'm just going to mend that next time. Okay, grab some water. Had a mat malfunction. Didn't spot the chewing gum. Check for dog mines. I forgot about chewing gum mines in the summer. Unfortunately, it's on the underneath bit. Okay, so here we go, round 3 of 3. Oh, that's minging. There you go, so round 3 of 3. Okay, we're back into our press up, step and reach. Remember, chuck in that optional press up if you want. Doesn't mean you end up doing quite a few press ups, by the way. That's good. Bootnecks love press ups. Okay, here we go, press up position, step and reach, let's go. So step, push the hips into the floor, reach, breathe out. Yeah, good deliberate moves, big stretches. So this one should be stretching through the hips and the groin. This one stretching up through the upper body. And back in. Remember, you don't need to do the press up. Step, reach, breathe at each move. Big breath out, looking at the hand at the top of that move. And rest. Okay, so here we go, back into our reverse lunge and reach. Either reach with one or both hands. If you're using one hand, same arm, same leg. Remember to reach up, push the hips through, stretching out your hip flexors. So here we go, step, reach, both hands, reach up. Again, if you want to extend the stretch more through the hip flexors, knee down, push the hips through more. Pushing the hand up and back will really help extend this. Nice big deep breath. Do 1 or 2 breaths at the bottom. So 2 breaths will extend the stretch a little bit more. 1 breath will just mean you're doing a few more lunges. Nice and tall with the hand, reach up high. And rest. Okay, our next one into that groin stretch, pushing the knees apart with the elbows and half a walkout. So we're not standing up. So we're going to start in this groin stretch position. Push the knees apart. Let's go, breathe twice. Walk the hands out. Pause or press up. Back here, sit tall. So you're trying to push the knees apart. Change the hand you move first. Sit up, look up. 2 breaths. In here. Right, the hands out. And back in. Remember, keep pushing these knees apart. And walk it out. Knees. 2 breaths. Walking out. Once more. Knees. And rest. Okay, back into our hamstring stretch and reach. Or as I like to call it, giraffe stretch. If you don't know what a giraffe is, it's a giraffe. There's only 1 R in giraffe. Here we go. Hamstring stretch. Reach. Okay, hamstring stretch. Breathe. Reach. So reaching up nice and tall. Brief stretch through the hamstrings. Remember, it's mobility and stretching. Should be really nice and warm now. She should be really going for loads of depth in these stretches. Feel safe, you can really lengthen those muscle fibers. Reach. Stretch. Reach. Remember, hands high, lean back slightly, push the hips through, feel the stretch through your abs. And rest. Okay, this time we're stretching out through the hips. So remember in that press up position, stepping out with the leg, dropping the weight down on top of the hip to feel it stretch out. 2 breaths, up, switch sides. Optional press ups. So from here, let's go, step out, lower. 2 breaths, up. 2 breaths. So remember when you place your foot on your knee, just find a bit, the place works here, stretches here, no stress here in the knee. Yeah, press up. Drop the hips. 2 breaths, really good stretch, love it. In, switch. You don't have to do the press up. Anybody who does both will know we love a press up. Lots of different sorts. Because they work everything. Legs, core, upper body. Small muscles, big muscles. And coordination. And rest. Okay, so here we go. 2 left. That's flown by. It's been so much fun. It's amazing. Okay, so remember this time we're doing our wide leg stance. Stretching out through the back of the thighs, then dropping down, get the backside as close to the floor as you can. Stand up, stretch. Here we go. So stretch, breathe, dropping down, reach. So nice steady rhythm. All under control. Here we go, and again. Nice and low, sit up, reach. Stretch, keep the back of the thigh, these legs straight. Dropping down, reach. Hoofing work. And rest. Great work. So our last one is our press up into the beast. Good to save this one to last because it's pretty tough. So remember in that good strong press up position to start with. Here we go, optional press up. Right foot in, left foot in. Out, out. Breathe or press up. Left in, right in. So same foot in, same foot out first. Take your time, really good core exercise this is. Requires lots of control. And out. Breathe out as you press up. And again. 1, 2, breathe. Breathe. 10 more seconds. Last one. And that is BOGA, BOF yoga. Done, dusted. Obviously doing loads of stretches in that, so I'm just going to do, and you take a minute, when we do our normal static stretches, we're just going to do about 4 leg stretches. Just some of them will just exaggerate what we've been doing here. And again, will help re-lengthen muscle fibres that we've actually been using during this. So just take a minute, grab some water. That went all right, not too many distractions. Didn't get jumped on by any dogs. Okay, so our first stretch we're going to do is pigeon pose, just to help stretch out through the glutes. So remember, from here, press up position, bring the knee through, lower the chest down, walk the hands out, and you should have a stretch in your backside on the bent leg side. So we're going to hold these for 30 seconds. Nice long stretch. Reach a little bit further, extend that stretch. And coming up, change sides. Knee underneath the chest. Make sure there's no stress in your knee, just lots of stretch in your glutes. Good, another 10 seconds. Coming up. Okay, next one we'll do is hip flexor stretch. So similar to as we did with the step and reach. I just want to really help stretch this out completely. So just reach up. So same knee down, same arm up, lean back, push the hips through, and squeeze the glutes on the leg that's down. So mine is left leg, left arm, left glute. So you realise you've got control of both glutes independently. That's talent. I do find I talk some right rubbish on this. Good, and change legs. Reach up, lean back, push your hips through. Big stretch here. Remember, squeeze the glutes. Really big stretch here. You're not trying to get stretch here, okay? It should be here. Feel this big tendon. Really stretch it out. Reach up high with a hand. Okay, and next one we're going to do a hamstring stretch. I would do this lying down on the floor, which is better for you. I always find this better standing up. So all the weight on the bent leg, this front leg locked out. Sink back, lower the chest down. Big long stretch through the hamstrings. You think about all the moves we do, even though it's all mobility and strength, you're doing quite a few squats, quite a few lunges. That's good. Coming up, change sides. Sink back with the back side, lower the chest down. Good, so one more stretch, one body part stretch, your quads. So remember to grab hold of the foot, bring the knees together, push the hips through, and push the shoe into the hand at the same time. Keep pushing the hips through. Good, stretch through the quads. Remember the three things you need to do. Push the hips forward, bring the knees together, and push the shoe into the hand at the same time. That way you'll get stretch all the way through here, not just at the top. Okay, same on the other side. Big stretch through the quads, push the hips through, pushing the shoe into the hand, keeping those knees as close or as in line as possible. Try not to get cramp in weird places like your back or your foot. I don't know why that happens. And relax there. Great work this afternoon, guys. The weather's been magnificent and you've been magnificent. Have a great day and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we've got a session at 7 with me and Jason, and then there's another session that's 7 in the morning, and then there's another one with Jason at 12. See you then, folks. Great work. Have a lovely day.